once the opportunity arose for him to close the show, he did it in emphatic style.
Whatever he hits falls. Yeah, I mean, Sting still has to do a little business before, a little shop work.
Tank just
get a
moved
few
up.
more things done.
Okay.
Terrific kid,
Sure.
terrific talent, silver
Sure.
medalist, terrific talent. And there's no roof to how good he can be.
Sure.
But let him,
Tank
go out
Davis?
there and sharpen his teeth. He can punch like heck, but what has he been in there to show you that he can handle what Lomachenko's going to bring? I go more for the kid from Fresno that fights.
Jose Ramirez?
Yeah, that fights for the purpose of helping people with the water in that area, the farmers and all that. I like people that fight with a purpose. I like people that have care
story.
about others behind them. I really do. And I know people are going to be shocked to hear me say that, but I'd like to see that one. I'd like to see that one a little more. You know why? Because he showed me something against Hooker. He showed me more than just seek and destroy guy.
Right.
And most people thought that's all he was.
Right.
And I don't blame them for what he showed us.
Right.
But in that fight, he was more than that. In that fight, he was more than that. He out-jabbed the guy. He out-jabbed the guy that was supposed to jab his head off.
Right.
He outboxed the guy who was supposed to box circles around him. He did things in that fight that probably got missed by a lot of people, quite frankly.
Really?
They didn't see. They just saw the end.
Yeah.
They just saw, but they didn't see how he got to the end.
Okay.
He got to it with a jab. He got to it by being smart, picking the right spots, not just being that bull in the China shop.
Okay.
I liked him.
Teddy, just back to Tyson.
And he's an Olympian too.
Sorry, Teddy, just back to Tyson Fury. Many people thought he won the first fight. Are you concerned in the rematch he may not get a fair crack at the whip with the judges again?
Listen, I'd be worried every time I get in the ring in this business. You been around, buddy?
22 years old, so not too long, but
All right,
I've seen some bad scoring in my life
Catch
already.
Catch up. Start watching some film. There's a lot of bad ones out there for people to have a damn good reason to be worried when they get in the ring, depending on where the power lies, who the promoter is, who's got the influence, because that's what it comes down to. That's what it comes down to. Sometimes too often. Sometimes too often.
How did you score the first fight, Teddy?
I didn't score it, but I wasn't appalled by the decision the way some people were. Because I spent 20-something years at ESPN being appalled by decisions every week. Every freaking week. This wasn't one of the worst. That wasn't one of the worst. Those two knockdowns caught him up. Did I think Fury put more rounds in the bank? Yeah. Yeah, I did. But those two knockdowns catch you up a little bit. So did I think at the end of the day if I scored it I might have had Fury winning? Yeah, maybe I would have. But I wasn't thrown up in the basket the way I feel like doing with some of these decisions that are out there every week. But why did we get so crazy over that one? Why? Why? Because it was heavyweights. Because then we paid attention. But what about these featherweights, these bantamweights, these lightweights, these other guys that are less descript? What about them getting robbed? After they spent their whole life to get to that point. What about that? Shouldn't we get upset about that?
Absolutely.
Teddy, what's your take on Canelo fighting Kovalev at light heavyweight?
I think that the zone needed that fight. I think it's business, baby. Ain't personal. It's all business. They needed that fight. If you haven't heard, they paid a lot of money out there. 100 million here, 360 there, 50 there. It adds up, and you better get some subscriptions filled. And they weren't doing it quite at the level they needed to. They weren't putting those kind of marquee fights, and they needed to. And the billing, if you haven't noticed, that's a billing period. November. That's a billing period. So the bills got to be paid, baby. Bills got to be paid. And so I think that was the genesis. That was really the push to make that fight. Was that? And listen, they can sell it. They can sell it. A light heavyweight. You're stepping up in light heavyweight. Canelo, he's the golden goose of boxing. He's stepping up to light heavy. Wow, sounds good. But what we forget is Kovalev, a little long in the tooth. He's got 1 foot in the shadows. And he's coming off an awful tough fight. He showed a lot of heart. But man, he was in trouble in that age. He's coming off and do you think that normally he would be getting in the ring this fast? No. Benjamin, baby. Benjamin.
Thank you so much, Teddy.
Thank you, Teddy.
Teddy, that's
Once the opportunity arose for him to close the show, and he did it in emphatic style.
Whatever he hits falls.